And he's been very engaged and very involved. I do think we're living in a time where we have someone running for president that is an existential threat to democracy. Right? That is where.
Look, I'm going to just say this. I'm not Donald Trump's biggest fan. Those who know me know I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not his enemy. That's literally how I maneuver in politics. I'm not nobody's fan, but I'm not nobody's enemy. I'm not wishing bad on nobody. But to hear this quote, he's a threat to democracy every 2 to 3 business days, like, it's driving me insane. It is literally driving me insane. Like, so apparently people are upset because what am I talking about? I didn't know if I should say The Rock or Dwayne. I can barely even talk. People are upset because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said that he is not endorsing Biden this upcoming election. But to put it in context, he also said that he Look, this is how you know I'm upset, because my thoughts are moving faster than my mouth can. So I'm just like, let's try this again, shall we? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came out and said he is not endorsing Biden this upcoming election. However, the point that a lot of people are missing is that he said he's not endorsing anybody. He emphasized on Joe Biden because he did endorse Biden back in 2020, in which he did express, he said he did regret it. He said it caused so much division. Now these entitled individuals out there, that's me putting it in a nice way, I'm totally kidding. Actually, no, I'm not kidding. Y'all are entitled. A lot of people out there who are upset over the notion that he said he's not endorsing Biden. Yeah, they're upset, which I don't know why. Like, I don't know what sense of entitlement people thought they had over people, but yeah, we're gonna watch The View. I know how a lot of people feel about The View, but we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch and see what they have to say, and then we're gonna go from there, shall we?
This morning, besides the earthquake going on Fox and Friends, superstar Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was asked about. Yeah, he was asked about. Are his relatives here? What? He was asked about putting his weight behind Joe Biden in the last election. So watch.
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no. I'm not going to do that, because what I realized, what that caused back then was something that tears me up in my guts back then and now, which is division.
So a couple of questions. First of all,
Pause. Y'all just cheered for him. Now all of a sudden you're booing for him because he's not. You see how quick people switch up on you? You see how quick people switch up on you? They'll love you in a moment, but the moment that you do something that they don't like, or the moment you do something that you feel like is the best decision for yourself, all of a sudden they don't like you. Like, y'all so fake.
Maybe they're not as relatives.
Yeah. So the question, first of all, should I pay any attention to who gives an interview on Fox where they lie every day? Yeah. Number one. Number two, should celebrities publicly endorse public figures? Or they should keep their politics to themselves? I mean, celebrities are...
Pause. The question was, I'm not even going to address what she said about Fox. Like, I'm not a spokesperson for Fox, but I just feel like sometimes you need to look in the mirror and never mind. Second point, she asked, should celebrities feel obligated to endorse, or should they have to endorse, or something like that? The audience says no. If you feel like they shouldn't, then why are you upset that he's not endorsing Biden? Make it make sense. They need to put some real audience members, not no actors, not no seat fillers, like not no yes men. Like, real, I don't know.
U.S. citizens or American citizens you don't lose your rights as a citizen because you are a celebrity. But I remember, I'm so old, like I was telling Molly today, I said, I remember being at a Republican convention where The Rock spoke, and I remember him being at the DNC. It was in the year 2000 in Philadelphia, and when he spoke, he wasn't there. It was George W. Bush that was getting the nomination. He wasn't there endorsing. He was there raising awareness for voting and getting young people and his followers to be involved.
Like Taylor Swift is.
Yeah. So look, I think for him, the cause of division aspect is a real one. He also went to the DNC that year, and I think everybody's entitled to do whatever the hell they want.
And, he's been quite political. I agree with you, and he's been very engaged and very involved. I do think we're living in a time where we have someone running for president that is an existential threat to democracy. Right? That is where.
Look, I'm going to just say this. I'm not Donald Trump's biggest fan. Those who know me know I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not his enemy. That's literally how I maneuver in politics. I'm not nobody's fan, but I'm not nobody's enemy. I'm not wishing bad on nobody. But to hear this quote, he's a threat to democracy every 2 to 3 business days, like, it's driving me insane. It is literally driving me insane. Like, we
are at. Someone who has 88, criminal charges, 4 indictments, someone that has vowed to be a dictator on the very first day he takes office. Now is the time. If you have a platform, you must be active. You must speak out. That's how I feel. And I generally don't think that celebrities should be forced to be politically active.
Not forced.
But right now, if you have a platform, you have an obligation.
Well, McIntyre was the one I think that said once, I don't want to speak about my politics because what I do is music and it's unifying. And when I go to a concert, she goes, I want everyone there to feel welcome and together. I don't want to divide anyone. So
she can do it at the end of the show.
But the point is there are very activist people that are entertainers. Kerry Washington is a self-proclaimed, I'm an activist. Yeah. You have Jane Fonda, activist. When you're not an activist and you happen to have a big platform, I think encouraging people to vote is the most important part, because I think it's so vapid to imagine that just because someone says, I'm going to vote for this, that the sheep will fall in line and follow. Like that minimizes voters everywhere. Yeah. So I don't think it matters who they're voting for. It's public participation. That's the important part.
I was a little bit surprised that
I agree with Sarah on that. I don't think that, like, the way Sunny framed it, I think Sunny framed it in a way that, you have to speak up and speak out against Donald Trump. I don't believe that. I think people should utilize the platform that they have and for what's better. So I don't think that's necessarily speaking out specifically a certain way, but more so as in, like, what are you pushing out there? Are you telling people to go vote? Are you telling people to do extensive research? Are you telling people to put a value behind their ballot? And that's where I'm very careful at too, because I never want to tell anybody how to vote. I will express, like, what I'm doing sometimes, depending on what it is, but I will always emphasize, be an independent thinker. Think on your own. Do what is best for you, your community, your state, and this country. Go based off policy. Like, I always emphasize that. I never want to tell anybody how to maneuver or how they should cast their ballot. I don't think that's fair.
Rock said this because I consider him kind of an activist in the sense that he at one point talked about potentially running for office. There was a poll that said as many as 46% of Americans would want him to run for office. So I thought it was notable in an election with the stakes this high that this is the time he chose to sit it out. But that said, I completely agree with Sarah's point, which is I don't know that The Rock has a core constituency. It's not like Republicans are waiting to hear what he says or Democrats are and they're going to decide based on that. The most important thing he could do is encourage young people to get out and vote and let them make up for themselves.
And is he doing it?
But there are some endorsements that I think have mattered tremendously. I remember when Oprah Winfrey endorsed Barack Obama when he was running.
That's true.
And that one was incredibly significant, made a difference. She not only endorsed, she went out and campaigned.
She might do
and
it.
She wanted to do that and she felt that to her bones, and so that is great.
Listen, if they don't want to get involved, respect to them.
Yeah.
If they want to get involved and use their platform, leave them alone too. Well, there's people that attack folks that do that. So
there's a huge risk for some of them.
Yes. There is.
Like
now's the time
like
to take
Robert
it.
De Niro, who's the most brilliant actor we've got.
Yeah.
presently, besides maybe Pacino and a few others like that. But he is out against Trump.
Yes,
Calls
he
him
is.
names. He thinks he's a horrible. And people online write again that he's not a good actor. Oh, suddenly. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I'm all glad. Yeah. I mean, so he takes a risk by
does.
doing it.
Yeah, but I don't think people are waiting to find out who people vote for. They're waiting on how they're going to hate them. So what they want is they're not waiting to support. They're waiting to be divided, to be offended, and then they're going to react. So what's the good in that?
I do still think, because we talked a lot about like Taylor Swift and Beyonce, could they have an impact in this election? And I think they do a little more uniquely than The Rock in that their followers are younger. So they may be first-time voters, so encouraging them, A, to register to vote, but also you're not an ingrained voter. You're not committed to a party the first time you vote necessarily. So that's where I think it has more of an impact.
Although he's such a megastar. He's such a megastar. Everyone loves The Rock. Okay?
But that's the point. He wants everybody to
cooking? What's
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
There's a reason not everyone loves us.
Please become more active.
That's exactly the point, and I remember him saying that
Please
line
become
at the
active.
conventions. That's the point. Everybody loves The Rock, and The Rock wants everybody to love him.
But the guy, The Rock, he endorsed Biden the last time, and now he says he's not endorsing anybody.
Yeah.
But Trump has gotten worse since then.
He's gotten
So
worse.
my assumption is he's going to vote for Biden.
Okay, two things. They're hypocrites because whenever they say, oh, use your platform to speak out, Killer Mike comes out and he speaks out all the time. But because Killer Mike speaks out not in the way they want him to speak out, all of a sudden they throw the name calling at him. So I feel like they want people to speak out as long as they speak out the way they want them to speak out, or speak out in a way that's in favor of Joe Biden, which I feel like it's messed up. I truly believe that if you're going to utilize your platform for what is good, point blank, period. Don't utilize your platform to cause division. Don't utilize your platform to create such a bigger divide. Like, I really want people to understand we are all, like, I really truly believe in my heart and soul, like, God has put us in this world we're not each other's enemies. Like, we are not each other's enemies. So, like, when stuff like this, especially during general election and during presidential campaign years and so forth, it's like so much divide happens, and I just don't rock with that. No pun intended. Two, that assumption Joy made at the end, as if The Rock is going to vote for Biden because she believes Trump became worse since then. I think that's such, like, there's no substance to support that. I don't think The Rock is, honestly, I don't know who The Rock would vote for. Not that it matters or not that I personally care, but I think he's specifically not wanting to endorse Biden because he cannot comfortably or confidently stand behind Biden as he could back in 2020. And I think he has every right to do that. Like, he's pretty much like how everybody's feeling. A lot of people are not confidently supporting Biden. They're just like, your thoughts on the comments down below. What do you think about this? Do you think people are extra sensitive? I do. Just let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media. Thank you so much. God bless you all. This is Udo at Connecting People with Policy. Toodles.